Start with my half guard here, right? He's got his knee shield. He's framing on my chest. He's trying to keep his elbow connected to his knee, right? If I can control this space, I'm going to be able to flatten him out. Okay, so instead of trying to go through him, again, this time I'm going to go around. But instead of trying to flatten his hips to the ground and then attack his shoulders like we did last time, I'm going to go around his knee here, right? So my right hand is going to shoot over his shoulder. My right leg is going to extend backwards, and I'm going to pinch my knees together on his back leg here. Okay? So that arm goes over his shoulder. I'm just going to put my elbow on the ground and turn my chest. You see? My back foot comes up to his butt, and I'm going to dig my butt right underneath his elbow here. So I'm right to my Papa John from last week. Okay? We talked about, like I just mentioned before, if he gets this underhook, I can do the same thing where I go elbow over, I bring my hips to his hips, and now I've got him wrapped up where his feet aren't on the ground and it's harder for him to get his legs in the way. We're going to get to the same position, right? But this time, dealing with the knee shield. Okay? So, boom, he's got the knee shield, he's framing on my chest. I'm going to go forward and around. I don't want to lift my hips up to the point where he can pull his knee through. If he can get that leg through, now I got to deal with that, right? So I want to pinch my legs together. When I'm going to pinch my legs, then I'm going to hip forward and roll. A lot of times I catch myself just grabbing this leg to prevent him from putting his foot on the ground. He puts his foot on the ground and drives, right? Yep, now he might even roll me over, okay? And usually when the person on the bottom is going to want to hide this arm, because if he leaves it out here, I'm going to rip it off, right? So he's going to dig it under my shoulder with a good underhook like anybody who's on the bottom. Yep, exactly. So he's going to keep that arm tight to me. And that's going to give him even more leverage if he gets this foot to the ground and drives, right? So I want to hug that leg, keep his feet off the ground as much as possible. If he puts his bottom leg now on the ground to try to drive, I'm out, right? I'm already past. But he can't let go with his bottom leg. And if he tries to put his top foot on the ground, I can do the exact same thing, right? He puts his top foot on the ground to drive, I step out, and now I'm here. Boom. Like we talked about last week. Right? So one more time, he's got his knee shield, he's framing, he's trying to make space. I control that inside leg. Bring my knees together so he can't pull the bottom one through. Arm shoots over his shoulder, and I'm just going to turn to my hip. Woo! Right? Trying to put my shoulder blade right in his ear hole. Okay? Yep. He's going to dig his underhook to try to keep it safe so I don't start ripping it off. Right? I'm hugging that leg so he can't explode into me. And then we'll deal with passing from here. We talked about a couple options from last week, right? Where I push him off the ledge, and boom, boom, stop, step out. Right? We did the wedge where I scoop my hips back, get that knee in the way, pull my leg out. Right? A couple other options. We're going to get a little bit more weird from here. Cool? Yeah? All right, 1, 2, 3.